The Pokemon card collecting hobby is in crisis, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. If you consume Pokemon TCG content on YouTube or any other social media like I do, you probably stumbled across scenes like these before. The fact is, we have re-entered a period in which Pokemon cards are peaking in popularity, and with the recent release of sets like Surging Sparks and the upcoming Prismatic Evolutions, there really isn't any signs of it slowing down. You would think that all this hype would usher in a prosperous time for players and collectors alike. However, that seems to be pretty far from reality. Everyone and their mom is buying Pokemon cards, and the demand for these shiny pieces of cardboard is at an all-time high, and supply at times quite low. If you're familiar at all with the laws of supply and demand, then you would know that this is what is known as a shortage. And with shortages comes a higher premium placed on the in-demand goods. But is there really a shortage of Pokemon cards? Well, sort of. In an official statement, the Pokémon Company had this to say: "We are aware that some fans are experiencing difficulties purchasing certain Pokemon trading card game products due to very high demand and global shipping constraints impacting availability. We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing for fans, and we are working to address it where it is within our control." So if supply is trying to keep up with demand, then why is it so hard to get your hands on the hottest product? And more importantly, who's to blame? Now before I start breaking down the list of the possible offenders, I want to preface this video by saying I'm not a documentary or a video essay style YouTuber, so the research done in this video is very superficial, and I'm mostly going to be speaking from my own personal experiences as a collector. Even though we just finished reading the official statement from the Pokemon Company, I still believe their words should be taken with a grain of salt. Let's take a popular set like 151 for example. It would make sense that you would reprint it to death. It's basically an infinite money glitch, right? Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. There has to be some sort of scarcity in order to drive product sales. This limitation creates FOMO, or fear of missing out. There's no better way to inflate sales numbers than the power of FOMO. Otherwise, I believe Syndrome from The Incredibles said it best.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Before we get into this section of the video, I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there and say that this video is not a hit piece. I am not here to call out any YouTuber in specific. I did put Pokered's face in the thumbnail of this video, but it's mostly because of the over-the-top faces that he makes.
Bada bop boom pow.
There are content creators who end up buying cases upon cases of product, and they buy out the entire stock before the general public even gets a chance at it. Some of them, the good ones at least, will make up for this by giving back to the community, but there are others who are so out of touch that they become oblivious to the damage that they're causing to the community. Now don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with buying a few booster boxes to get some content out of it, but when you're spending thousands upon thousands and buying the majority of the stock from underneath the public's nose, that's when I have a problem with it. Again, I'm not going to mention any names in specific, but I hope your conscience eats at you and that you have terrible pulls. There are a couple of creators that I want to highlight for their positive impact on the community, but we'll get to them later. I went ahead and I bundled all three of these categories together because I feel like they go hand in hand quite nicely. And to me personally, I feel like the Poke investors are at the head of this operation. A lot of people with disposable income have turned to investing in Pokemon cards rather than crypto or stocks. Some people call them smart, I call them a nuisance. The Pokemon card market is not a regulated investment space, mostly due to the fact that, well, it's a children's card game. Bad actors are more than capable of manipulating the marketplace in their favor with no sorts of repercussions. These Pokebros have gained an audience of scalpers who tune in regularly to get the scoop on how to profit off the average collector. These people have absolutely no shame in clearing out all available inventory, only to sit on it or to end up flipping it immediately for a profit. Their favorite places to prey on people are reselling sites like Whatnot, OfferUp, or Facebook Marketplace. These people are the scum of the earth, and the only way to stop them is to stop giving them our money. Now, I don't want to generalize because there are actually sellers who are part of the community as well, and they do their absolutely best to give back. But not this guy. This guy's an absolute piece of human waste. Lastly, this one's a tough pill to swallow, but I think we all have to take accountability for our Pokemon card consumption. After all, the demand we created is what gave birth to all the issues I've mentioned above. You gotta remember that things are only worth what you're willing to pay for them. So before you go and buy something at double or triple the MSRP value, just remember the negative impact that has on the community. After you pull nothing and the post-rip clarity sets in, all you're left with is buyer's remorse. If you want to make your voice heard, you must speak with your wallet. Do not buy overpriced product. I want to cap this video off by highlighting two creators who I think are doing such a phenomenal job and having such a positive impact on the community. Pat Flynn of Deep Pocket Monster and Ross Cooper of Coop's Collection. These two creators embody what nurturing a positive community should look like. And that's because they understand the very first letter of TCG, trading. They even change it to free CG at times. Some might say that I'm glazing, but if anyone deserves any recognition for making this such an enjoyable space, it's these two. I want to follow in the footsteps of these amazing creators, and I hope to one day make an impact on this community in the way that they have. So if you want to follow me on this journey, hop on board. Let's see where this train takes us. And if you know about any other Pokemon TCG channels doing amazing work like these two, be sure to drop them in the comments below so I can go check them out. And of course, it wouldn't be a Cisco TCG video without a giveaway cherry on top. But for this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be giving away a slab. We're going to be giving away this 9.5 CGC Screamtail. I can get this to focus. Alright, now, it's not a very valuable card, but it is a special card nonetheless. As you can see in the label, they messed up when they were grading this, and it says Pokemon Center ETB, but this is not in fact the stamped ETB card. So, like I said, not a valuable card, but definitely one of a kind. So if you would like to be entered for a chance to win this card, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel, leave us a comment, and fill out the Google Sheet in the description below. And that's gonna do it for today's video, folks. If you enjoy the content, please consider dropping a like or subscribing to the channel, as it really helps us out a ton on our road to 100 subscribers. So, do you think the Pokemon TCG hobby is in crisis? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I have been your host, Cisco, giving back with every pack. See ya.